It's Christmas time, so shoppers around the world are picking up gifts for family and friends. Retail sales in major economies like the US and the UK have risen less than forecast in the lead up to the holidays. Goods have also gotten more expensive due to supply chain bottlenecks. That leaves children, and some adults no doubt, anxiously wondering what they'll find under the tree on Christmas Day. So which toys are trending on Santa's list? Natalie Powell was lucky enough to find out.
Well, we are here inside Hamleys, the world's oldest toy store, and we're about to find out which toys this retailer predicts will be the top choices under the Christmas tree this year. Follow me.
Every year, Hamleys unveils its most wanted toys for Christmas, and this year, one key theme seems to be emerging.
So our toys really bring family and friends together, and there's something for everybody this year. So we cross all ages, all groups. We have the Playmobil action vehicles in the city. We have Lego Super Mario game. It emulates the video game, but the kids get to actually play it in reality, which is really nice, gets them off the screens. We have our own Huggables, which are just beautiful, beautiful, soft, cuddly animals. We also have our own RC vehicles. RC is very, very popular. So again, that's fun, interactive. Everybody can play it in the family. We've got something called Magic Mixies, which is our fun cauldron where you pop different spells in. All the steam comes out the top and then you get a lovely, cute character inside. So there's lots of fun. I mean, I could go on, but we've literally got something for everyone.
After pandemic restrictions were imposed during last year's holiday season, it's perhaps no surprise that this year, toys that bring families together are popular. The pandemic has also indirectly had an impact on the Christmas toy market by pushing back release dates of major film franchises.
This year, the toy industry hasn't had a lot of children's-related films released. So a lot of the toys that are being sold are back to some of the old favourites.
As well as being the founder of the Entertainer Toy Shop, Gary Grant chairs the committee for Dream Toys, the Toy Retailers Association's top 12 toys for Christmas.
Barbie has had a phenomenal year, and the biggest selling Barbie item in the UK this year, would you believe it, is a £250 three-tier house. But one of the Barbie items that's been popular is Barbie in her wheelchair, which is this item here. She's done particularly well. From the same school, from Mattel, we have Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels this year, I think they're going to sell 7 or 8 million cars in the UK. For the preschoolers, a brand new launch on YouTube this year. It's Coco Melon. And this little lad is called JJ, and he's an interactive toy. You spoon him peas into his mouth, and he eats peas of all things. This particular item, this is one of the toys that you can't buy this Christmas.
It's been difficult to get hold of some of these really popular items because of supply chain disruptions caused by manufacturing delays, congestion at ports, and labour shortages. But retailers say there's still an abundance of toys on the shelves ready to be unwrapped this Christmas. Only if you've managed to stay off the naughty list, that is. Natalie Powell, TRT World, London.
Now, Mark Cohen is the Director of Retail Sales and an adjunct professor at the Columbia Business School. He told us how consumers spent their money over the past year and the challenges businesses faced as economies emerged from lockdowns.
2020, the world pretty much shut down, and 2021 has been a year in which the world has attempted to reopen and has been doing so more or less steadily throughout the year. And so retailers who were forced to close or saw very, very little traffic in their stores, unless they were selling food or essential supplies, are now starting to see customers throughout this 2021 year. It's a work in progress because obviously we aren't fully recovered. Well, it's quite clear that the move toward e-commerce, which was happening in a substantial way pre-COVID and has been for quite a few years, accelerated greatly throughout most markets in the world. And so I expect that growth in e-commerce, that shift away from shopping in brick and mortar stores will continue. That's not to say people will not want to shop in stores physically, but more and more customers are migrating toward the internet as their marketplace. From a lifestyle point of view, there was an enormous move toward casualization as millions and millions of people worked from home, stayed home, did not go out, didn't socialize. And so, as a lifestyle, I think casualization, which also was a substantial trend pre COVID, accelerated in COVID, and that will probably last well past the end of COVID. This year has been an enormous challenge to get employees back to work, to bring people back who have been furloughed or rehired who've been laid off. This has been an enormous challenge to invite the customers to come on back. And of course, there is the presence of inflation, which has been, at least from a North American point of view, somewhat muted, with the exception of energy costs over the last few years, in full tilt expansion. So all sorts of operating costs, from wages and benefits to power, have been inflating. And then, of course, the service and supply disruption, which occurred when the world pretty much shut down in 2020, has been upon us and continues. Although I think service and supply issues are abating slowly, they still represent a significant challenge. The world just did not have the ability to revert back to normal in an extremely short period of time. So it's going to take time for all of those supply lines, from raw materials to finished products, to return to some semblance of normalcy. I think 2022 will also show improvement, but at a much slower pace. And that's largely because of the presence of Omicron and the fact that we really don't know what to expect